So that was season 4, episode 16 of The Flash, and it was a really cool episode overall. I mean, I think last week's was The Flash's best this season, but this week was just, I liked the episode. I liked it. Very beginning of the episode, we have Cisco and Harry still in Star Labs around 1 a.m. and they're trying to think of ideas to stop DeVoe, and Cisco leaves and Harry comes up with the idea of basically putting the thinking cap on his head, just like Clifford DeVoe did originally back whenever the particle accelerator exploded. However, I hope Harry I mean, we're not dealing with dark matter now, but I got scared for half a second because I'm afraid that that will affect Harry and leading him to die, which the Flash has this problem with killing off a character pretty much every season. I mean, you know, you don't have to do that, and also I'd rather it not be Harry. If they have to kill off a character every season, I'd rather it not be Harry. One, because he's my favorite character, I'm a little biased, and two, I just feel like we had the death of HR last year, so I feel like if Harry were to die this year again, it would just be a little bit too on brand, or it would be a little bit too like, really, you know? Anyway, after Harry has tried to convince the team to let him put on the thinking cap, Cisco's like, absolutely not, I'm Cisco. I was Cisco this entire episode. I'm like, no, Harry, babe, you can't, because you could go crazy or mad or whatever the hell happened to Clifford DeVoe with the whole body thing, but at the same time they're not using dark matter, so I don't see it as being as elevated as what Cisco and Harry had originally, or what Harry had originally planned and what Cisco was thinking was going to happen. And Ralph this episode, there were some moments where I was like, really, Ralph? Like, you got to go there? I just think that this is his first time being truly threatened, and the fact that he saw Izzy 2 episodes ago, yeah, I think 2 episodes ago, 2 weeks ago or whatever, being sucked, getting her sucked the life out of and turning into Vogue kind of freaked him out a little bit. I mean, I think it would freak out, and oh my god, I think it would freak out anybody, really, but he made some remarks where I was just like, come on, Ralph, don't say that. We also learned that Cecile is on her 3rd trimester, which means I have a feeling that we'll get a baby West the end of this season, you know what I mean? They're kind of leading towards it, especially with the whole cravings and everything like that. It's one of those things where they're like, get ready for a new baby, and I'm so excited to see Joe be a parent again, and I'm excited for Cecile and Joe just being parents again. Oh, that's gonna be really fun. And then we had our meta of the week, and at first we were in a bank and this guy who had fire powers was trying to steal money, but Felix from Westworld, which I just watched recently, if you haven't seen Westworld, you have no idea who I'm talking about, but Matthew, what's his name? Matthew Kim was our meta of the week, I guess, and he was able to steal the fireman's powers, but he unknowingly released them on a new person. So he's able to transfer and or steal meta powers, and I think that is really cool. Later on, we had Iris going into the field with Joe because Ralph said something to Iris at the beginning of the episode, basically like, well, you're not out in the field with us. You don't know how it feels. So Iris is like, I need to do that. So she went out with Joe and she confronted Matthew, and that's when Matthew pulled a scalpel on her, and Barry came in, and then there was a transfer of the powers where Matthew transferred Barry's powers into Iris. So Iris was the speedster, was the Flash this episode, and she did a damn good job for her first time being a speedster. I'm really interested in why her lightning is purple. Is there a specific reasoning to why her lightning's purple, or is it just her in general and the way that everything, I mean, is there a reason why speedsters, there's certain like colors for different, because Barry is orange lightning and the Reverse Flash was red and Zoom is blue. Like, I think we may have learned something along those lines in the past 4 years of why different color lightning, but if anyone can explain that to me and why Iris's color is purple, that would be really awesome. But Iris went out into the field. She was able to help people from a burning building, but as she was trying to stop the fire, it just got worse and worse and worse, and that's when Cisco had to come and breach her out of there, and it was a moment in panic, because obviously Barry was like, just phase through, and he can't. Barry didn't learn phasing until, oh gosh, I have no idea when he learned phasing. Probably, maybe, I don't know, towards the end of season 1, if that. Did he learn it season 2? I don't remember. And as the team was running out of ideas, Harry kind of pointedly looked at Cisco, and Caitlin was like, look at Harry and look at, just go help him. So Cisco is going to help Harry on 2 conditions. 1, no dark matter, which, thank you Cisco, and 2, if Harry starts to lose it, breach him back to Earth 2. Which I don't think will happen. I'll be very upset if it happens. We also learned what happened with Iris and her journalism job, because it's kind of been a mystery this entire season, like, what happened to Iris working? Why is she never working? She used to have a job. What the hell happened? But she quit because of everything that happened the season before it with Savitar and Barry going into the Speed Force for those months, and it was kind of just her time to, you know, quit. And I liked at the very end of the episode we had Iris writing again, because, I mean, it makes sense that she's going to go back into journalism, because in the year 2024 we have that article written by Iris West Allen, so obviously she had to go back into that at a certain point. We just weren't sure how we got there until this episode. And then we had Iris's suit, which was actually a really cool suit. It was the jacket that she was wearing whenever she got whenever she first confronted Matthew, but Cisco kind of revamped it so it like looks a little, you know what I mean, it looks like a flashy type suit. But she was able to go on this mission, and she was like so cool, being able to make a huge tidal wave go over the big fire tornado, fire court, whatever heck. But I really, really like that. And I love Joe's little comment like, oh, Barry, you know, you haven't done that before, so maybe Iris can teach you a few things. I liked it, and I like that she got to do something new with the powers, because we get, I don't think we get something new with Barry's powers every week, but we get something new every season. So I like the fact that Iris is able to discover a new power that Barry, or a new way that Barry could use his powers to help stop any future metas that have something to do with fire. After that, Matthew came and transferred Iris's powers back into Barry, and Barry is now a speedster again. I like that every season we have one episode towards like the last arc of everything that Barry loses his powers, because it's happened I think every single year that we've had the show so far. But Barry sped around, it was a really cool moment, and we have Matthew helping the team now. And I'm so glad that they're not making every single bus meta evil, because that's not how, I mean, like, was it 12 bus metas? 12 people, not all of those people are going to use their powers for harm, and so far we've had Izzy, even Becky, she you know, about actually more than I thought originally, because we had Izzy, she didn't want to use her powers at all, she just wanted to make her music. Then we had Ralph, then we had Becky, and now we have Matthew. So I'm glad that we're getting a mix of people who want to use their powers for good and want to help Team Flash, and I'm excited for Matthew to use his powers, hopefully to take them from DeVoe. I'm not sure how that's going to work, because every single time they've tried to stop DeVoe, it doesn't seem to be working out in their favor too well. Iris and Ralph had a really nice chat at the end of the episode, where Iris was like, I understand what you're going through, and Ralph was like, I'm sorry for being a dick earlier. But I like the way that they ended that. And then of course we saw Iris going back to journalism, which is, I'm happy, because that's Iris West, you know, that's her thing. And then on our little after credit scene, we saw Harry with the thinking cap on, and Cisco was like, okay, you need to shut it off now. And Harry's like, wait 1 second. And he was able to get the 2 names. I don't remember what those names were. Maybe we'll, I don't. There were 2 names of our final bus metas. So I'm assuming that we will have that next episode, which next episode is going to be April 10th. So we're going to have a big, how many weeks? A couple week break with The Flash, which sucks. My likes of the episode were seeing Iris be a speedster. I mean, seeing the purple lightning and her being excited and running, I really like that. I liked Matthew's character, the one that was able to transfer powers, because that is such a unique, normally powers are so bright and big and powerful, but this was so subtle, and I really like that they were able to make this subtle power so detrimental. And my dislikes of the episode, I mean, the whole whenever Iris is in the building and she was trying to stop the fire and everyone on Team Flash was like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? I'm like, the entire time I was sitting there, I was like, Cisco, you could easily breach in there and save her. Why aren't you doing it? And then it happened. I was like, oh, thank God. I mean, you took your damn time, but still. It was more of a nitpicky. The Flash has a tendency to, whenever they have battles or whenever they have a situation, it's kind of like, well, Barry can definitely run as fast as he needs to get this done. It's just their powers are limited or something happens to them to make it more intense. And I don't know if that's a weakness of the Flash or it's more of a fact that we need to write this in a way where it's going to make sense and it also looks good, you know what I mean? But any theories that I may have, I don't really have them other than the fact that I hope no one dies, but I could see Ralph dying because every single time the Flash introduces a new character, they just end up dying. So I could see him die. Honestly, I love Ralph, but if I had to choose between Harry and Ralph, I'd have to say Ralph could go. That's so sad. I don't want to end on that note. What can I say that's really happy that's gonna, I don't know. The fact that we're 2 steps closer to getting DeVoe because we know who the metas are and we have Matthew who's on our side. That's a positive. Let's end on a positive. Thank you everyone for watching, and if you want to see my previous reaction / review, all you have to do is click the link in the description, and as always, I will see you next time.